Welcome back, viewers. Ryan Nemeyer here with my third installment of Becoming a Real Estate Agent. And so far, we've been talking about your pre-licensing education of becoming a real estate agent and taking the state exam course. So today I'm going to be specifically focused on your course options, the course structure, and your course time frame. So starting off with your course options. So most colleges, community colleges and state colleges have the current real estate courses that you can use as part of your education and requirements for the state exam. So when you do take courses, you want to make sure that the courses and credits have been approved by the Department of Real Estate before you go ahead and enroll and take those courses. The next option would be online school, and that's the route that I took, so this will be a little bit more elaborated on. I took an online course through onlineed.com, and I made sure that the school was approved by the Department of Real Estate. And for those obtaining a license in California, it's really easy to access this specific course because you can go to the CAR website, which is car.org, and CAR stands for California Association of Realtors. So it's a legitimate website, and they have linked themselves or affiliated themselves with Online ED as the #1 go-to real estate course. So this would probably be the one that I would recommend. There you will find an education link, which you can click on at the top right-hand side, and it will show you a list of pre-licensing courses, and it will show you a list of different certifications and designations that you can go and take for furthering your education once you have your real estate license. So you would hit on that pre-licensing courses, and it'll drop down to 3 course options. So the first is going to be their $99 bronze package. So their bronze package is complete with online textbook. It has a PDF ebook. It also has online testing and grading, so you can see how you're doing on each one of the tests. And it has printer-friendly course materials, and it contains the certificates that you'll need to send in to the BRE once you're passing each one of the 3 courses that it requires. So the next package is going to be their silver package that you can choose. And this is a $189 course that includes everything that I just listed in your bronze package, but it also comes with a personal instructor where you can that you can bounce information and questions off of there. She's available 24 hours a day almost. You can shoot her an email and they'll get right back to you as far as any questions with the quizzes, tests, or the book itself. It will also include a state exam prep module, which is really great because you'll be able to go in and take a bunch of practice tests, and it'll break it down a little bit more simpler for you and give you an outline of what to expect on your state exam. And then it has a test simulator, which is the most important part of this course, and it gives you around 1,600 questions that will rotate every time you take the test simulator, and the questions are almost identical to what you'll experience on your actual state exam. The questions will be worded differently on your state exam than what's actually in this course, but if you do study the material throughout the books and you take the test simulators, the knowledge that you'll know will be more knowledge-based more than memorization-based, so you'll be able to figure out the answer to each one of the questions pretty simply. Your next package, one more thing that is included in your silver package are flashcards. So if you're a flashcard person and you really like to memorize different terms so you can get the actual terms in your head, this is a really great way to do that as well. And it's all on the computer, so you can actually pick and choose terms that will almost definitely be used on the state exam test, terms that might be used on the state exam test, and terms that aren't usually on the state exam test. So you can kind of filter them through for the flashcards. So the last package is called the Gold Package, and that's a $249 package. And this is the one that I recommend. It's the most expensive, but you're going to get the most out of it. So for $249, you get everything from the Silver Package and everything from the Bronze Package. But the Gold Package has your actual printed textbooks. And I really recommend that you get this because I'm a hands-on person. So if you're reading through the textbooks, you're actually able to highlight information, mark different pages, go read on the go. It's really easy to study that way, and you can study pretty much anywhere. If you have a break at work, or if you just kind of want to lay on the couch or in your bed, it's a great kind of tool to kind of read as you go. This course also comes with a Realtor Code of Ethics course, which you're going to need as far as your ethics practices. So the textbooks, I would recommend more than printing them out on your printer, because each textbook has roughly around 300 pages, and that's just a lot of paper that you'll have to print if you just have the PDF version of your textbook. Next, we'll talk a little bit about the structure of the course. So you will receive 3 books via PDF online, or if you choose the gold package, you'll receive 3 paperback books. And each course is labeled with a name. So your first course is the California Real Estate Practice. The second course is your California Real Estate Principles. And your third course is your Legal Aspects of Real Estate. Each one of the 3 books represent a course which you must designate 45 hours to. With all 3 courses, that's a total of 135 hours. Now, they do break it up as far as reading time, study time, and test and quiz time, so they incorporate all 3 of those into the 45-hour time limit. So they're not expecting you to take 45 hours of quizzes. So your first will be the real estate practice. Now, in the real estate practice book, you'll cover such things as your introduction to real estate, your ethics and fair housing, disclosure, working with sellers, working with your buyers, real estate sales agreement, you'll go over the contract, property management, and federal taxation. The next course, which is your real estate principles, you'll go through things such as characteristics of real property, transfer of title, government rights, agency law, contracts, finance, appraisal, escrow and closing, construction and design, and arithmetic. Now, I took a lot of time on arithmetic. I'm not really good with calculations or mathematics. I did learn everything that I needed to learn as far as that section is concerned. So if you're not a good math whiz, I definitely recommend you looking at the formulas and memorizing the numbers. But if you're worried for it about arithmetic on the actual test, when I took my state exam, I did not have one arithmetic question on the entire exam. So it's not a huge part of your state exam. So don't stress if you can't get the arithmetic down, but it is something that you should know as far as your numbers and acreages and how many feet are in a mile and how many, acres are in a township. It's just things that you should know for your real estate career, but don't let it discourage you when preparing for the state exam. So next you'll have your legal aspects of real estate, which is your third course. That one is an elective. That's the one that Online ED gives. There are a variety of different other elective courses that you can take, which were listed in some of the previous videos. The one that I took was legal aspects of real estate. So under that book or that course, you'll learn about contract law, agency law, transaction agreements, disclosures and documentation, liens and encumbrances, and real estate license law. Timeframe is also a really important aspect of your course. Everybody wants to know, how long is this going to take to complete? So depending on whether you take a course at a college, which is a normal semester, or you take an online approach, which is what I recommend, the online approach gives you tons of flexibility. So you have up to 1 year to complete the course. So if you don't have a lot of time to designate to it, you can finish it in a year. But this is also something that you can do when you're trying to juggle other schoolwork, a job, or family matters. There are time restrictions, however, so you can't do it all in one day or complete it too fast. So there are 18-day increments in between each one of the final exams for each one of the courses, which is 40 some odd days to complete at minimum the coursework. So there are also 18-day retake penalties. So if you take a final exam and you weren't ready for it and you fail it, you have to wait another 18 days in order to retake that final exam for the course. Each one of the tests are open book. So if you do have an actual paperback version of the textbook, you're able to highlight different key elements and things that you can reference back to when taking the test to help you out. So as far as the chapters themselves, the chapters are on average in each one of the books roughly about 20 pages. So it takes about a minute a page or 20 minutes to get through a chapter and actually understand all the information that's given. And reading 5 chapters along with taking 5 quizzes per week was a manageable pace for me. I was able to complete the 5 chapters of reading and understanding the material, and then say on a Friday I would take all 5 of the quizzes after reading the five chapters. So the test and quizzes, there is a quiz to follow each one of the chapters in each of the 3 books, and there are roughly 20 questions per quiz, which usually takes about, I'd say, 10 to 20 minutes to get through each one of the quizzes. Quizzes can be taken consecutively after each other, so you can do as many quizzes as you'd like in one sitting. It is safe to say that 5 quizzes can be taken at a time in about a 2-hour time frame, I would say. I would give you about 2 hours to complete 5 quizzes. Overall time frame for the course, you can either read the books and follow the course structure, or you can take the shortcuts with flashcards and the memorization approach. One is more memorization and kind of just learning and repetitiveness, and one is more a knowledge-based approach. Out of these 2, I would suggest taking the reading approach and actually understanding the material that's given throughout the books, because when I took the state exam, if I just knew the key terms that were coming off of flashcards, there is no way that I would have been able to pass the state exam, because the questions were really specific and you had to know certain concepts in order to understand the question and what they were asking. In order to get to the answer, a basic definition wouldn't have helped. So if you take the knowledge-based approach and actually read the material, even though that the question might be worded differently, you'll have the knowledge of the actual material in order to help you to no matter how the course or the question is structured, you'll be able to get to the answer. I would suggest 1 month per book or course. So that would consist of 3 weeks of your reading and your quizzes, which is 5 quizzes each, 5 chapters a week. And then 1 week for chapter reviews and taking your final exam. And then after the 3 courses are complete, you can apply to take the state exam. And at this point, you're roughly about 6 weeks out from taking your state exam. The government takes a really long time to get back to you when you send in your application for your exam and your license. I would recommend doing the dual application, which we'll get into in further videos. But once you do get your authorization to take and schedule your state exam, you're 3 weeks out from that point, because it's roughly about a 3-week wait when scheduling your exam. I would use this month and a half of this waiting time to take advantage of the study material that the online courses offer, such as your state test simulator, your flashcards, and your practice tests, and breakdown of each one of the chapters as far as a review. Your total experience, I would say, to complete all of the courses altogether would be roughly about 4.5 to 7 months to complete on average. You don't want to rush through it. This isn't something that you want to do kind of on the fly. In California, I would say, is a very difficult state exam where only about 50% of the examinees pass. And that's not even including the ones that are in the test unit and have taken it for the second, the third, the fourth time. So actually the 50% is even lower for first-time people. I'd say only about 25% of first-time examinees actually pass the state exam on the first try. In conclusion, I'd like to thank you again for viewing the 3rd installment of Becoming a Real Estate Agent. And next time on Becoming a Real Estate Agent, I will give you helpful hints when applying for your state exam. I will also tell you how you can stand out from the crowd. And last but not least, I'll give you some useful tools that you can use that I found to be helpful and inspiring when studying for the state exam. See you next time.